Go live. Ba-ba-bum. What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to just another afternoon live. I got about 25 minutes to do a quick question and answer session with anybody who has questions to ask. Survivors, thrivers, wherever you are, other narcissistic people, other people dealing with cluster B personality disorders and things of that nature. So you can hit me up, ask question away. What is going on, y'all? So I got about 25 minutes, y'all. Seriously. So I'm gonna do something different. If y'all want to come onto the stream to ask a question, we can do that too. Cause I'm gonna be working I need to do some stuff in the background too. So if y'all want to come onto the actual stream and ask some questions, that is also an option for you as well. I'm going to be putting the questions on the actual screen. So if y'all you have a question that you want to keep private, be wary. What is going on, y'all? Hope you're having a fantastically beautiful day. How to know if you're a narcissist. So if y'all want to hop on the screen, if you want to hop on the stream, I can talk to a couple of people. Like I said, I got about 20, 25 minutes. The link is in the description. The link is in the comment section. If you want to click on there and hop onto the stream and actually ask me some questions. This will be posted later, so you don't have to turn your camera on. You can just use your voice if you want to, Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. God's favor. What's going on, lady? Hope you have a great day. What's going on, y'all? Does it make me toxic if I can't leave my narcissist alone? It doesn't necessarily make you toxic. It sounds like you might be leaning towards some codependency, trauma bond situation type stuff right there, perhaps. So could you be displaying some toxic qualities, some toxic traits? Yeah, absolutely, yes. You mean? Thank you, Lee. I'm a week free of my husband, aka the victim. But stay safe. Stay as safe as possible, y'all. You know what I mean? Stay as safe as you possibly can when you leave these toxic situations. Can you talk about hoovering in the form of trying to help you? Like hope all is well. Call me if you need to talk about, even if you're mad at me. They're right there in that situation. They're just trying to stay relevant in your life. If they're saying things like that, then they're absolutely trying to stay relevant in your life by any means possible, by any result possible. I mean, oh, that's somebody want to come on. Do you really want to come on here, Araya? Like I can talk to about what I get about 20 minutes. I'm trying to get your stuff. I promise you, y'all. Just be wary. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. What is going on? How can I help you out?
Oh, I guess my question is, like, why do narcissists try to hurt you, like, after you break up so much? Like, because I was in a 1.5-year relationship with my ex, Louie, and he ended things on Christmas Day with me. And it was at his parents' house, and then he kicked me out. But it was just a very like traumatic day for me.
Yeah.
And then I tried really hard to move forward, with my life. And then like not even 3 months later, I got a message from his new girlfriend, and her name is Heather also. So I'm not even kidding you. I really feel like he like deliberately like went out and tried to find like another Heather just to like upset me, and then gave her my information so that she would like add me on social media.
What did she say in the message to you? Because that just seems unnecessary.
She said to me, well, she didn't initially say anything. She just added me, and then I messaged her because she had pictures of them posted, and it was just like emotionally like too much for me. So I said to her, like, what do you want? And then she said, excuse you. Oh, and then I said, what do you want? And she just like was acting like she didn't know why I was upset by it. And
yeah.
And then she said she didn't add me, and it was like she was trying to gaslight me, but it didn't make any sense. Like I have no idea. Maybe it was him.
Unless he added you,
maybe
that could explain the confusion on what do you want, whatever. But sometimes when you're dealing with narcissistic people that do stuff like that, the new partner can become the worst, like flying monkey, blind supporter. You know what I mean? They just want to kind of rub it in your face that I'm the better in this situation. I'm the better Heather.
Yeah.
I'm Heather 1, you're Heather 2. So
yeah.
You get to be the second Heather in his life or whatever, and what dynamic. And yeah, but
That's
you see
terrible.
but it is terrible. But like the fact that she added you says a lot more than anything else. Because
it seemed very insecure for sure, and I don't know. It's bothered me. It's been like almost a year now, but it's like it still bothers me. It still triggers me. And I actually saw them I guess they're engaged now because I saw them in a restaurant and she was like wearing an engagement ring.
Oh my God. Happy people don't add their booze ex. I'll just keep
Yeah, it was so weird. I was like, what? Like, I'm trying to move on. Just like move on with your
it,
life. Like, I wish you peace and happiness, but like,
yeah.
it's like he just like still wants to hurt me. And
He does because
yeah,
some reason you hurt his ego somehow, some way, shape, or form. So he's hyper focused on trying to make you feel the same way you made him feel. You know what
so
I
how
mean?
do you move on from that? Like, totally, because I feel like I've done a really good job at like.
So understand the dynamic that happy people don't reach out to their exes, like I said, to their ex's new boo. Happy people don't. So clearly he's talking about you. Like there's no other reason she would have added you. So he's hyper focused on you. So you see the dynamic right there, and he probably
Yeah.
uses you. What happens in a lot of these situations when you're dealing with narcissistic people is they use their ex, like you in this situation, they use you
Yeah.
as a tool to manipulate the new person. Other Heather didn't do this. Other Heather got on my nerves when she did this. It's a control mechanism to keep the other person in check. Like if I complain about something that you used to do, or you might not even done it, I
Yeah.
can just say you did it. I can just say the other Heather did this right here. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
that'll condition her to not do it. So, oh, the other Heather did this. I'm gonna make sure I don't do this. You know.
I
So
really like. I feel bad because like in that moment when I saw them too at the restaurant, I really wanted to just like be like.
you can feel bad. I get that. I get that
Well, I
dynamic.
like wanted to say something to her so badly, but I took so much self control to just like walk out of that.
Yeah, that shows you. I mean, that shows self control. That's personal development out there. But to me, it's just like they engaged already. It just
Yeah, I just wanted to warn her because I almost feel sorry for her because it's like she doesn't know yet, or she's
and it's also could be the point that he got engaged. I'm not saying this is what happened. Sometimes they get engaged when the other person is about to leave. Because why in the hell did she add you? That right there to me is that's waving the red flag right there. It's absolutely just the red flag is flying in the air because she had no other reason to add you. Why? Unless he was talking about you, unless he was complaining about you, unless she caught him watching your social media or something like that. So she wanted to add you to make sure that he wasn't doing anything or in your likes or your comments or something like that.
so
So
like. Do narcissists then like do they still want to control the things that they lose? Is that
yes,
what that is?
yeah,
Okay. They don't like just let it go after.
just because they break up with you doesn't mean that they let you go. You know what I mean? I can break up with you, relationship. We're not together anymore, but in my mind,
But even like a year later, like you think they would just like want to let it go?
I'm telling you, the way the mind works is crazy. You don't necessarily want to let it go. It's just like you dodge the bullet, whereas the other person, it look like she's winning. She's like, oh, I got a gaming ring, I'm winning. But
yeah, a little bit.
at the end of the day, what does that victory look like? Just because the relationship is progressing, just because the relationship is going on for a long period of time, doesn't mean it's a happy, healthy relationship. There are people, they were married 50 years, they've been married 50 years, and they're waiting for the other person to die. You know what I mean? Just like, please.
That's so sad. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, I've talked to doing this, I've talked to thousands of people. You know what I mean? So over the last couple of years, I've been talking to people that happens. They're like, he had a heart attack, and I just was waiting on him to die. And he walked in the house a couple weeks later. I was so sad. I was like, damn, what?
But that must be so fulfilling for you, like to recognize like the things that you want to work on in yourself, and like to be helping people and like making them more aware and like yeah. So that's really cool.
It's definitely a journey though. It's a journey.
Yeah. Like, well, you're doing great. I love your videos, and like they've helped me so much. So thank you. And
I appreciate it. Like I say, I don't know where you follow me, but if you have any other questions or whatever, you can like Instagram is the best.
Another question? Oh, cool. Okay. Also, I mean, I know the accountability thing, like narcissists struggle with like holding themselves accountable, and then if you try to like have a conversation with them about it, they don't want to own that. Like for example, Louis, my ex, he would like we agreed that he wouldn't smoke in the house.
Yeah.
And or vape either, because we had pets and I didn't want like them inhaling it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would hear him like doing it in the bathroom, like I could hear the little, like whoosh or whatever. And I mean, it pissed me off, not the fact that he was doing it, but he would like come out, and then I would like talk to him about it, and then he would lie to me, and then he would like ream into me about like making him feel guilty, and then he'd be like, I'm gonna go out and vape now. And then he would come back, and then he would ream into me for like another 20 minutes, and it's like, whoa, like why can't you just like own this? And then I would find out after the fact. And it wasn't like the smoking, but like the
Yeah.
just trying to make me feel like a piece of shit, basically, for like
But
holding him.
that's what they do, though. They try to shift it onto you, try to make you feel guilty for actually trying to hold them accountable for something they actually are doing or
Yeah.
they've actually done. So
Yeah.
it's not, like I said, again, it's not on you to make him feel any better, but like they do try to avoid accountability, and they focus their anger, and they get mad at you, and they try to condition you to not speak up again. You know,
Yeah.
so
It's so confusing. You're just like, what did I do? Like,
the only thing sometimes what you do is you love the wrong person. That's what happens sometimes.
yeah.
Dealing with
That's what happened in my case for sure. But
it does happen though. Like I said, I do have to hop off here to the next person, or whatnot. But
no
like,
worries. No, it was a pleasure talking to you.
but
Thank you
like,
so much for
if you
answering my
if you follow me
questions.
on Instagram, just shoot me a message. Like I say, if you have any, shoot me a message on Instagram. If you have any other questions or whatever, I'll holler at you on there. Just say, hey, this is Heather from YouTube. Okay.
Okay, will do. Thank you so much. You have a great day.
Well, be safe.
Hey, bye.
Okay, yeah. Okay, one more. There's good people, y'all. There's a ton of good people. So this is the last person I got like 5 minutes, y'all. Seriously, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
How
How
you
are
doing?
you?
I'm doing very, very well. How you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. I was just wanting to know, is there such thing as attracting narcissists? Because for some odd reason, I don't care what room I'm in, it feels as if I attract them. Um,
And
I
what capacity are you attracting them though, for like relationships? So this is work. What capacity are you attracting them in?
it's more or less when I'm a nurturer
Mm-hmm.
by nature. I tend to I don't care where I'm at. A lot of people say that it's easy for them to open up to me, from
Yeah,
them, for me to relate to them. I don't care. I've never been pregnant, never had my own children and things of that nature, but yet I have a lot of children.
yeah,
Um, if I go to the hospital, next thing you know, I am in other people's rooms, people are in my room, and I am doing the nurses' jobs and all that. I raise my siblings, I raise their children and their children, you name it. And I had both of my parents, or I don't call them parents, my donors. The- I basically raised them, and they allowed things to happen to me that a child shouldn't go through.
yeah.
But they're both malignant narcissists, and they're pedophiles.
Oh, beautiful.
Um,
So you see the
so
dynamic right there, what you were kind of raised in and what you were brought up in. So typically,
yeah,
people in that situation can either become narcissistic themselves, or they go the opposite route, be codependent, or they become empaths and healers and nurturers, like you just said you are. You know, so in that dynamic, your energy sometimes can attract narcissistic people, like like bees to honey. You know what I mean, like flowering plants. So you can, get that type of, you can attract narcissistic people in that aspect, in that, in that level of relationships in life, in general, because people will try to take advantage of your kindness and your empathy and your your vulnerability and your nurturing nature. You're nice. They can sense it. you know it's just like you give off a pheromone sometimes that attracts toxic ass people towards you. It's just like, to repel those people though, boundaries are like the repellent for toxic people, for narcissistic people. So like you got to spray yourself down with boundaries. It's just to cover yourself up. And like, if people show you red flags and people try to mistake your kindness for weakness or take advantage of your kindness, then you have to either step up, set a boundary or cut them out, depending on what level of life they're in, what relationship you have with them. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. It could be like your parents. It could be your coworkers, or whoever your situation is, or your
it's,
one of
it,
your
it becomes like really draining, because now
yeah.
I've gone from seeing people to now see motives, and it bothers me, because that is like I wake up to try to see how can I make someone not feel like I'm feeling right now. So, it hurts me, because I
What about
can't be my authentic self sometimes, because of,
with all
waking
this love you're giving to everybody else, with all this love that you're giving to everybody else? Where's the love coming from for you? You know, where's the nurturing coming? Coming for yourself, because a lot of times people in your situation, you're just extending love to so many people that you drain yourself and you don't replenish yourself. So it can lead to you feeling the way you feel sometimes, like maybe how you feel right now, where you feel drained and it's completely draining because somehow, some way, shape, or form, you have to refill your own tank. You have to refill the empathy tank for yourself. Their self-love tank got to be refilled as well. So you can take that into consideration as well. Because like I said, it sucks to cry, it sucks to hurt, but like you can cry. Crying is human. You're a human. You're a kind, caring, compassionate person, and people are going to take advantage of that. And you want to see the good in everybody. But for me, I don't think there's good in everybody. I just I've seen too much stuff now. Just like there's not good in everybody. Everybody doesn't have good in them. So if you meet somebody and you try to make them feel loved, sometimes they're going to reject that. Because they don't think they're deserving of love, which is how you might feel sometimes because of the environment that you were raised in.
Yeah, I watch your videos. I stalk your videos. I just got done, being on another channel, and I just told someone about your video literally less than 10 minutes ago. And so I do like self-affirmation. I do a lot. I walked away from my relatives. I don't call them family. I walked away like 4 years ago because of narcissism.
Yeah.
And and I have not looked back in 4 years, and they try to destroy me. But I'm very well aware of that. But it still is, I'm when I see toxicity, when I see narcissism, like I know it's like me being like a drop of blood in an ocean of sharks. So I have to be super careful, but it's still draining because I feel like I'm constantly running, and so I get tired,
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to figure out what can I do, but I find myself constantly running,
Yeah.
So
like I said, that's why you got to practice on doing stuff for yourself and kind of separating yourself from people sometimes, because like you can get engulfed in this world where you're just loving everybody else, and then you tend to sometimes I'm not saying you're doing it now, but sometimes you can neglect yourself. But so, I do have to hop off here because it's 1:30. Okay. I do have to hop off here, but like I don't know where you follow me. You can look. My email is mentalhealness85@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. I got you. I respond. Say, hey, this is something from the YouTube, okay? And I got you. I promise.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Be safe.
No, you too. Bye.
All right, y'all. I have to hop over to this Zoom. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'll be back to do this more, y'all. Thank you. I gotta hop on this Zoom.